Have you ever been disrespected and felt the urge to strike back? It's natural. Your ego screams for validation, your emotions demand justice. But what if I told you that true strength isn't about reacting, it's about controlling your response? The moment you lash out, you hand over your power. But when you stay calm, you remain in control. Today, we'll uncover the secret behind emotional restraint, why staying quiet is sometimes the strongest move, and how mastering this skill can transform your life. Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you'll see conflict in a whole new way. We've all been there. A rude comment, a disrespectful tone, a situation that makes you want to fire back instantly. The urge to react is overwhelming because it feels like the only way to defend your dignity. But does reacting in the heat of the moment truly make you stronger? Or does it make you a puppet to someone else's disrespect? True strength isn't about having the loudest voice, it's about strategic silence. C.S. Lewis once said, "Humility is not thinking less of yourself, but thinking of yourself less." Self-control follows the same principle. It's not about weakness or submission, but about having the emotional intelligence to avoid being manipulated into a pointless battle. Today, we'll uncover the power of restraint, how those who disrespect you are actually trying to pull you down to their level, and why not every attack deserves a response. If you've ever felt anger, frustration, or the need to retaliate, this video is for you. When someone disrespects us, our first instinct is to react. It's a deeply human response. Our emotions flare up, our ego demands justice, and we feel the need to prove that we won't be walked over. This reaction is rooted in our survival instincts, where standing up for ourselves once meant the difference between dominance and submission. But in today's world, this instinct can often do more harm than good. Reacting impulsively may feel satisfying in the moment, but it rarely leads to a positive outcome. Instead, it fuels the conflict, escalates tension, and often makes you look just as reactive as the person who disrespected you. In many cases, the people who provoke you are looking for exactly that, a reaction. When you give in, you're playing into their hands, allowing them to control the narrative and dictate your emotional state. But here's the truth. Your reaction is your responsibility. No one can make you react. You choose whether to respond with anger or with restraint. And that choice defines not only how others perceive you, but also how much power they hold over you. The more easily someone can provoke you, the more control they have over your emotions. True strength comes not from fighting every battle, but from knowing when to walk away. Think about it. Have you ever looked back on an argument and regretted the way you reacted? Most of us have. That's because emotional reactions are rarely measured. They're fueled by temporary feelings that can cloud our judgment. But when you learn to pause, breathe, and assess the situation before responding, you reclaim your power. You shift from being reactive to being intentional. And that's where real strength lies. Many people mistake restraint for weakness. They think that if you don't react, you're letting the other person win. But the truth is, the opposite. Self-control is one of the greatest signs of strength. It takes far more power to stay calm in the face of disrespect than to lash out impulsively. Think about the most respected leaders, mentors, or even wise figures in history. Were they quick to anger? Did they engage in every petty argument? No. They understood that reacting emotionally gives power to the other person. Instead of being controlled by their emotions, they controlled their emotions. That's what made them powerful. When you choose to remain calm, you send a clear message. I am not easily shaken. I do not need to prove my worth through arguments. This kind of composure demands respect. Over time, people recognize that. You are someone who cannot be easily manipulated or provoked, and that earns you more authority and credibility. So the next time someone disrespects you, ask yourself, do I want to be seen as reactive and impulsive? Or do I want to be seen as composed and unshakable? Strength isn't in the loudest response, it's in the quiet. Confidence of knowing that your peace of mind is more valuable than any argument. Asterisk disrespect is often a psychological trap designed to pull you into an emotional reaction. When someone insults you, speaks down to you, or challenges you aggressively, they are usually testing your emotional control. They want a reaction. They want to see you lose your composure because that gives them the upper hand. When you react angrily, you give them exactly what they want. You show that their words or actions have power over you, that they can control your emotions. In that moment, they win and you lose. But when you stay calm, when you refuse to engage, suddenly they lose their advantage. They realize they can't shake you, and that frustrates them more than any response ever could. This is why silence can be more powerful than words. It shows that you are in control, that you are choosing not to engage in their negativity. It's not about ignoring disrespect. It's about refusing to let someone else dictate your emotions. By not reacting, you flip the power dynamic in your favor. So the next time someone disrespects you, pause. Ask yourself, are they trying to control my emotions? Am I about to give them exactly what they want? When you see disrespect for what it really is, a game, you'll realize that the best way to win is not to play at all. In moments of disrespect, the instinct to react instantly is strong. Your emotions rise, your heart beats faster, and your mind races for the perfect comeback. But what if, instead of reacting immediately, you simply paused? That small act, a moment of silence before responding, can change everything. Pausing gives you control over the situation. It allows you to step back, assess what's happening, and make a deliberate choice instead of acting on impulse. Instead of being a slave to your emotions, you become the master of your response. A few seconds of stillness can prevent regret, unnecessary conflict, and emotional exhaustion. When you pause, you also force the other person to face their own words. Silence makes people uncomfortable. It creates space for them to realize the weight of what they just said. Many times, a person who disrespects you expects an immediate reaction. When you don't give them that satisfaction, they're left with their own words echoing back at them. So the next time someone pushes your buttons, resist the urge to react immediately. Take a breath. Pause. Let the moment settle. Then decide if the situation even deserves a response. Most of the time, you'll realize that your silence speaks louder than any words ever could. How you handle disrespect says a lot about you. People are always watching, whether it's in the workplace, among friends, or even online. Those who react impulsively, lash out, or lose their temper often gain a reputation for being emotionally unstable or difficult to deal with. But those who stay calm, composed, and in control, they are seen as leaders. Think about the people you respect the most. Chances are, they are not easily shaken by petty insults or negativity. They don't waste energy on arguments that don't serve them. Instead, they focus on what truly matters. That's the kind of reputation that earns trust, credibility, and influence. When you master self-control, you show that you are someone who can be relied upon in high-pressure situations. You become the person others look to for guidance, not the one who crumbles under stress. In both personal and professional settings, this ability to remain composed sets you apart. So, the next time you feel the urge to react, remember this. Your response isn't just about the moment, it's about the bigger picture. Every time you choose restraint over reaction, you strengthen your reputation, increase your influence, and prove that true power comes from within. Not every insult, rude comment, or disrespectful act requires a response. In fact, learning to ignore the unimportant battles is a skill that will save you time, energy, and peace of mind. The more you engage with negativity, the more it consumes you. But when you choose to walk away, you take back your power. Before reacting to disrespect, ask yourself, does this truly matter? Will this situation affect your life in the long run? Will responding make things better or just escalate the conflict? More often than not, the answer is clear. Some battles are simply not worth fighting. Choosing your battles isn't about avoiding conflict out of fear. It's about knowing where your energy is best spent. Some people thrive on provoking reactions. They seek attention through negativity. When you refuse to engage, you deny them the power they crave. Your silence speaks louder than any argument ever could. At the end of the day, your peace is more valuable than proving a point. Not every action requires a reaction. The strongest people know when to fight and when to let go. That's not weakness. That's wisdom. Every time you choose not to react impulsively, you are taking control of your emotions, your energy, and your life. Disrespect is unavoidable, but how you respond to it is entirely up to you. True strength isn't about proving yourself in every battle. It's about knowing which battles are even worth fighting. By mastering self-control, you protect your peace, earn respect, and maintain emotional balance. You show the world that you are unshaken by negativity, that you refuse to let others dictate your actions. In the end, this kind of restraint is what separates those who are constantly caught in conflict from those who rise above it. Now, I want to hear from you. Have you ever regretted reacting too quickly in a moment of disrespect? Comment below and share your experience. Also, if this message resonated with you, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you don't miss our next powerful discussion. And before you go, I have another video that I think you'll love. It's all about mastering emotional intelligence and maintaining inner peace. Click here to watch it now. See you in the next one.